What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Now, I know usually we do Road to States, but this time around, we're in a new kind of tournament group, and it's called, make sure, PTCGO Tournament Series. So once again, I'll leave the link down below. It's kind of like Road to States. You play best 2 out of 3, and whoever wins on to the next round. But you actually win packs for doing this, but you do have to give packs up to participate. I think it was 2 packs. And we're playing the Night March deck. Me and James Horvath, who have featured sometimes on the channel, we have decided to play the same exact list. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to tell that or not, but we're playing the same list. It looks like my opponent's playing a Mega Mewtwo Y deck, which is pretty easy. We have Pumpkaboo to hit a weakness on the Mewtwo's, so we should be good to go. And let's see, what is our opponent playing? Yes, we'll draw one for the mulligan. There's a Joltik, we'll keep that in our hand. And let's see, there is a Shebe. Alright, so we're gonna play Battle Compressor, and with the compressor, we're gonna discard, let's see, we're gonna discard a Lampet. We're gonna discard another Lampet, and then probably a Judge if we have the Judge in the deck, because I don't want to discard that Time Puzzle if we can keep it in the deck. But it looks like our Judge is prized, so that is bad because I don't want to use our Sycamore just yet. We might have... Oh, no, there's Judge. I forget it's not full art, so we'll get those 3. We'll Ultra Ball, discard the Lampids, and we'll discard the Sycamore, so that way we have an option to draw into the Sycamore with the Vespiquen. And with this, we'll grab a Pumpkaboo. Alrighty, we'll put down the Pumpkaboo. We'll keep the DC in our hand for right now. We don't want to put that down because our opponent can Zerosic off our DCE and or Enhanced Hammer. So we're going to play a Judge turn 1. Put our opponent down to 4 so that way we keep the Time Puzzle and we keep the DCE. And we have plenty of Shamans in the deck. And I don't want to bench the Joltik as well. It's a free knockout for my opponents. And our hand's not the greatest, but it might be doable next turn. We'll just end our turn and see what happens. We do have an unknown we probably should have Feral Letter for, just in case he Hex Maniac us next turn, but maybe it'll be okay. All we need next turn is a Vespiquen. There's a Xerneas, so it looks like it's a Geomancy type deck. There's a Fairy Energy going down to Xerneas. And does he have a way to retreat this Shaman? Here's a Professor Birch. Can he get it? And tells. Oh, and by the way, I did announce who I was playing against. It's Carl. Carl Caldwell. That's who I'm playing against this round. There's a Trainer's Milk. Look at the top 4 cards of his deck and see what can he get. And we'll have to hope that he doesn't retreat the Shaman. If he can't retreat the Shaman, then we'll be okay, because we can take free 2 prize cards already. 24 to 60. Well, not yet. We don't have enough. Xerneas comes down, and onto our turn. What do we top deck? A Vespiquen. Perfect. I'll put down the Dimension Valley. We will put down the Pumpkaboo. Put down the Unknown, and we'll Vespiquen or Sycamore. Maybe we should discard the Pumpkaboo, but I believe in us. We'll Sycamore, discard our hand, draw 7 new cards. What do we get off the 7? Alrighty, so we get a Vespiquen. We can Ultra Ball, discard the Lampets and the Vespiquen. Alrighty, we'll grab a Shaman with this card. Come on down, Mr. Shaman. There we go. There's 2 more Queens in our deck, so that's good. Get the Shaman, put down the Combi, play the Battle Compressor, and with the Compressor, we can discard some Joltiks. And then maybe, we already discarded Teammates, which is good. We'll discard a Lysander, so that way we can break up an EX next turn if need be. We'll play Shaman, drawing 5 cards. We're looking for a DC for the turn, yes. And do we get the DC or not? That's the big question. Alright, there's the DC. Now, do we go with Vespiquen? I don't think either way it matters. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, or 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we have to go with the Pumpkaboo, or we don't take a knockout for the turn. So put down the Pumpkaboo, retreat to the Pumpkaboo, or yeah, everything's right. And then we'll Night March for the knockout, going down to 4 prize cards. There we go. So knocking out the Shaman EX, going down to 4. Alright, what do we get? We get an Ultra Ball and a Combi. We could just Ultra Ball, discard double Combi. Get it under the Vespiquen. We really don't need more than 2 Vespiquens per game. There we see a Xerneas come up. Now our opponent can't attack us. There's a Sycamore. Go ahead and discard the hand, draw 7 new cards. Now, if he puts down an EX, especially one that's weak to Psychic, we can knock it out Pumpkaboo. There's another Xerneas coming down. And if he... Let's see, if he gets a Spritzy out, I'm actually going to Lysander with the Spritzy and take a knockout on it so that way he can't use the Fairy Transfer from Aromatisse. So we see a Spritzy coming down. And does he have a Fairy Energy attachment for the turn? Now, if he does, he could attach one to the active, but he actually puts one on the bench. I don't think it really matters regardless, because he could Geomancy to both these guys. And the next turn, attack with this Xerneas to take a knockout if he wants to do that decision. So yeah, 1 energy on that guy, and 1 energy on this guy. Like I said, I'm going to Vespiquen for a Lysander, bring up the Spritzy, take a knock on it while I can. We don't want the Aromatisse to come out. We'll Ultra Ball, discard double combis. Either way, we don't want those combis in the deck. We'll grab a Vespiquen, putting that guy down. We will VS Seeker for a Lysander, like I said, bring up the Spritzy, take a knockout, and then we'll have 3 prize cards left with 3 DCs in the left and multiple time puzzles. So we should be okay. Bring it up that Spritzy, and we will just Night March for the knockout. Like I said, we don't want the Aromatisse coming out. Using the Fairy Transferability, making it where he can move his energies around. We'll go down to 3 prize cards, and we get a Shaman, which is good. If he judges us, our Ace Trainers, we have the Unknown and then multiple Shamans in our deck to draw cards. There you see his Xerneas come up. Now he can use a Rainbow Spear. Wow, he even has the new energies. Those look amazing. These are from the Generation set, and I love these energies. They're so cool. There's a Birch Heads. Gonna get 7 cards off that Birch, but what does he get is the big question. There is a Mewtwo EX coming down, which we could use to take our last 2 prize cards. Gonna put a Spirit Link DC on it, and we'll see a Love Ball. Probably grabbing another Aromatisse or another Spritzy. But what can our opponent really do? Oh, he actually fails the Aromatisse, which is not good. And since he put an energy DC on this guy, he actually can't attack us for the turn, which is great for us. I love that. But we'll have to see what happens. We'll see if, a Geomancy. Gonna put 1 energy on the Mewtwo and 1 probably onto the Xerneas. And this is just a bad matchup for fairies. Like, Night March is such a fast deck and can knock out pretty easily. And we get another DC as well. So we're just going to Night March, knock out the Xerneas. I don't want to touch the DCE because if he can knock us out and then play a oh, we don't have enough Night Marchers. Whoops, I just didn't check for Night Marchers. That was a mistake on my part. I'm sorry about that. I didn't check to see how many Night Marchers there is. Got fall 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh man, that was just a mistake on my part. Okay, Fairy Energy to the active. But what we could do is something really fancy. We could Sky Return with the Shaman to knock out the Xerneas, and then my opponent will be forced to attack with the Mewtwo or something else. And we pick up our only X, saving the DC as well. So that'd be a good play. So we'll sit with the Shaman. We messed up, but it'll be okay. So into our turn, what happens? We get an Ultra Ball. We'll put a DC on the active, and we'll just Sky Return. I meant to do that. I meant to not knock out our opponents. And we're going to sit at the Vespiquen. I'm fine if he knocks out the Vespiquen. I'm not fine if he knocks out a Pumpkaboo, because that can knock out this Mega Mewtwo, because it is weak to Psychic, which we could do 240 to it right now, unless he plays a weakness policy. There's a Xerneas coming up, and he could Rainbow Spear for a knockout. There's a Super Rod, going to shuffle in 3 combination of Pokemon and or energies. Imagine it might just be energies. He has played a couple already. The big question is, can we get a VS Seeker for a Lysander? We've played 3 already. Ooh, we've played 3 already. Didn't realize that, but maybe we'll be okay. We'll have to see. There's a Shaman, a Fairy, and a Spritzy. Does he have all these energies already? He does. Wow. Alright, Fishman, going to get 5 energies. Is it 5 or 4? Or 4. There we go. 2 energies come into his hand. He can use Rainbow Spear for the knockout this turn. But can we get Time Puzzle? Can we get a VS Seeker? There's a lot of different options that we could do this turn to knock out this Mega Mewtwo to take the game. And let's see what will happen. My opponent will go down to 4 prize cards. Sit at the Vespiquen, and let's see what happens onto our turn. What do we top deck? A DCE. Alright. So we're going to put down an Unknown. We will Ultra Ball, discard Vespiquen and Shaman. And with this, we'll grab another Pumpkaboo. Like I said, we're knocking out the Mewtwo regardless. Alright, so put down the Pumpkaboo. Put on this guy. Put a DC on the Pumpkaboo. And we'll Shaman. Draw in 2. Yes. And let's see, what do we get off the 2? Can we get some Time Puzzles or VS Secret? That's neither one. But we can must spend this Pumpkaboo and take a knockout regardless. Let's use Pharaoh Letter. Come on, DCE. I mean, not DCE. Let's get out. That's not what we need either. Alright, let's try it one more time. Maybe we can get an Ultra Ball and make that work as well. Come on, something good. Battle Compressor. Alright, so we can Battle Compressor. We can discard. Let's see. We'll discard the Zerosic, the AZ, and the Hex Maniac. Everything else in our deck is pretty good to draw into. So we'll discard those 3. Put down the Pumpkaboo, and we will Shaman, draw in 2. Can we get a VS Seeker? Let's see, come on. Or 2 Time Puzzles, either one. And no! We left one of the Time Puzzles, but we can Battle Compressor. To thin our deck out just a little bit more, we'll discard the Floatstone. Oh, we actually might need that Floatstone. Let's discard Dimension Valley. And yeah, I think just no, let's just discard the Floatstone, Dimension Valley. And those two, and what we could do regardless is we could Sycamore next turn, hitting the time puzzles to get back whatever we need to. We'll retreat into the Pumpkin and just Night March for the knockout. Going down to 1 prize card, and I don't know what our opponent can really do. We can knock him out with Be Revenge. I mean, if he judges us, we have multiple ways to get the Pokemon out back out as well. We can draw into a Muscle Band, and let's see, what does our opponent decide to do here with Mewtwo? But regardless, we should be able to win no matter what. We can just Night March next turn with the Pumpkin, doing a lot of damage. I don't know how much it's going to do. I think 190 to 380. Yeah, 380 will knock out this Mewtwo for sure. Unless my opponent plays a weakness policy, then things will get interesting for sure. But if we can top deck that another puzzle time, we can get the Xerosic to discard that weakness policy, which could be cool as well. I think we discarded the Xerosic. Yeah, we discarded the Xerosic. So we'll see what happens. We could see a Psychic Affinity for the knockouts, but it looks like the game is going our way. Like I said before, Fairies just has such a bad matchup against Night March. It's such a fast deck. It takes knockouts on your Pokemon. The Fairies deck does take a second to, fill up your, it takes a while to set up. There's a Sycamore. Alright, so we pretty much win the game. We have a DC, we have a Muscle Band. We can draw into double time puzzle to hit. We have Dimension Valley in our hand as well, so we have a lot of outs. Yeah, so we should be good. As long as he doesn't red card us, but even if he red cards us, our hand is so, our deck is so good, we should be able to draw into all the outs we need, so we should be okay. Okay, so, there's a Hoopa coming out. Hoopa's gonna get 3 Pokemon out of his deck. I'm not really sure. We're gonna learn more about his deck. Like I said, it is best 2 out of 3. So we'll see what we have to deal with next game. He could get something fancy. Unless Mewtwo's not weak to Psychic, but I'm pretty sure it's weak to Psychic. Yeah, it's weak to Psychic. I was just making sure the attack makes it where it's not affected by weakness for some reason. Spirit Link coming down to Mewtwo, and we'll see a Psychic Infinity doing 3, 6, 9, 100 damage. They receive an Ultra Ball, discarding 2 cards. I think a Birch and a Aromatisse. Does he play Max Potions? I imagine he plays Max Potion. Well, we haven't seen any. There's a shame. We drawn 5. Does he play a red card? That's the only thing I can really see him going for, is a red card this turn. Or does he have anything else that we don't know about? Maybe he's looking for a Fairy Garden to bump our stadium. Okay, nope, just Psychic Infinity. Going to knock us out, but we have Pumpkaboo. We can hit for a knockout. 160. Oh, because it's for both sides. Duh, I'm silly. We'll send a Pumpkaboo. Sorry about that, forgot that Mewtwo does both sides. My opponent has 3 cards left, 3 prize cards left, but there we go, double time puzzle, put a DCE, Muscle Band, and we will just Night March for the knockout, should knock out this Mewtwo, hit for weakness, doing 360 damage, yep. And there we go, that is game number 1, and we'll see a victory stream pop up, and there we go. Now to game number 2, and like I said, it's best 2 out of 3. We'll see what happens with game number 2. Will our opponent start just a lone Pokemon, and can we get a Donk turn 1? That'd be devastating, but it sometimes does happen. So we'll have to see. Yep, but this is, like I said, this is PTCGO tournaments, and PTCGO tournament series. I'll leave a link down below. Like I said, there is an entry of 2 packs, but if you win, you do get packs out of it. First gets 12 packs, second gets 8, and third gets 4. Yep. There we go. Alright, so we're waiting for game number 2 to pop up. Just wait 1 second with us, and let's see. Oh, he said I was trying to find a Fairy Garden. Yep, that's what we thought he was doing. Yeah, I imagine he was looking for a Fairy Garden. He just didn't hit it, but we did have that Dimension Valley and double time puzzle in our hand. And he didn't see any time puzzles for us. Game number 1, we kept those a secret, being really good. And let's see what happens. They're calling the coin flip. And, okay, we lost the coin flip, but regardless, he'll go first. Regardless, it is best 2 out of 3. And whoever loses game 1, or whoever loses the game, decides do they want to go first or second. And he messaged me saying, I want to go first. Which is, you always want to go first, no matter what. I always stand by that position, or that statement for sure. So our hand, it's okay. We have a Comey, an Unknown. We just need a Floatstone, and we can take a knockout turn 1. Okay, but he has 2 Pokemon. No Donk this game. That's sad. I'll put down the Unknown, and let's see what happens. Alright. There is a Xerneas and a Xerneas. So let's see what happens in game number 2. There's a Spritzy coming down. Fairy Energy to the active. Xerneas coming down. Shaman John 4. Now, it's scary putting the energy on the active, because if we have an explosive turn 1, we could knock out the Xerneas turn 1, which is, that's never anything you want to happen. And there we get a Vespiquen. Alright. So we have a weird decision. We can a puzzle time to look at top 3 cards of our deck and rearrange them, and then we can Feral Letter to draw into a card, or we can wait till after we use it, and I think that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use a Judge. Let's put down the Dimension Valley. We have puzzle times to get back our stadiums. Not really worried about that. And we're going to judge, put them at 4 cards. We have a lot of outs to hit stuff. And alright, that's... Oh man, this hand is bad. Alright, so let's... A Feral Letter. Maybe we'll get an Ultra Ball. If we get an Ultra Ball, we'll be okay. We can get a Shaman. Come on, Unknown. Let us... Oh, an AZ. That's not good. Alright, so put down Pumpkaboo, and we will cry. But luckily, all our opponent can really do turn 2 is Geomancy. They can Geomancy, put 2 energies out onto the field. And, yeah. So, that's fine. Geomancy, you know, gonna get 2 energies out into the field. There's a Fairy Energy to the active, and Aromatisse coming down. And Geomancy, now he didn't play a supporter card, which is interesting. That either tells me he has a Sycamore in his hand, and he doesn't want to discard stuff, or his hand's just bad. But regardless, our hand is bad regardless, so we really can't do anything. Oh no, our turn. We top deck a VS Seeker, so play a Vespiquen. And we'll just VS Seeker for a judge. Like I said, we have Ultra Balls for Shamans. We could take a knockout on the Xerneas this turn, going down to 5 prize cards. And we still haven't played a single Feral Letter, so anything's possible. We'll see what happens. We will grab the judge, putting both of us at 4. But like I said, we could draw to a Shebe, drawing 6 cards out of it. An Ultra Ball would be great. DCE. And alright, so we get a DC and a Pumpkaboo. Okay. So we have an option. I'm going to put the DC on the Pumpkaboo, and we're just going to Shaman, draw in 4. And can we get like 2 Battle Compressors or something? Or just none? That works as well. That's cool. Alright, so we have an option. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down Joltik. I'm going to retreat into the Joltik and just pass. Our opponent can take a knockout next turn no matter what. So I really don't want to put our Joltik into way. We could Puzzle Time, but if we top deck a Puzzle Time next turn, we don't really get anything. Such a weird thing right now. We'll just end our turn. Like I said, we could play Puzzle Time right now, but I really don't want to. The only thing I'm scared of is our opponent has an Energy and a Lysander. They can take out a Pumpkaboo, take a knockout. But if he knocks out this Joltik, Pumpkaboo does 20 next turn, which is not good. We'll need 6 more Night Marches in the discard pile, or 5 with the Muscle Band to knock out the Xerneas. We'll see what does he do this turn. Does he have a supporter? He didn't play one last turn. So we'll see. And if he decides to go for this Rainbow Spear route, does he have enough energies to accomplish this? Not sure. Now he's going to move an energy up, and he's going to knock us out this turn. Now if he does that without attaching an energy, did he already attach an energy? Not sure. Rainbow Spear for the knockout. Maybe he didn't. But if we take a knockout this turn, he can't follow up on an attack next turn. So put down Vespiquen, and can we top deck a Battle Compressor or something in there? Oh man, there's a Joltik. Okay. Alright. So let's put down Kobe. VS Seeker one more time for a judge. Maybe we should have played Puzzle Time to rearrange our top 3 cards of our deck, but I really want to save those for our DCs and Dimension Valleys. Let's see, what do we get? Alright, so we got an Ultra Ball. We can get another Shaman out, so that's good. We'll Ultra Ball, discard these 2. Come on, another Shaman. Come on down, Shaman number 2. Alright, good. I was scared he was prized. Alright, all 3 Shamans are in the deck. That's good. We'll grab a Shaman. We'll put a DC on the active. Play Shebe. Draw in 6 cards. Can we draw to our first Battle Compressors or not? That's the big question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh, no! Okay, but we can Ultra Ball, discard Lampent and Joltik, and we can grab another Shaman. We know he's in the deck. Alright, so we'll grab Shaman. We'll Shaman for 3. Alright, can we get a Battle Compressor? We have a lot of Night Marches in the discard pile already. Okay, so no Battle Compressor. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can only do 100 coming up the following turn. Okay, how many Pokemon in the discard pile? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So either way, he's going to take a knockout next turn. I'm going to... Let's Puzzle Time. Let's just see what our top 3 cards are going to be. There's a Battle Compressor. There he is. Alright, so let's see. We'll grab a Battle Compressor. Yeah, then next turn we can take a knockout for sure. So we'll get the Battle Compressor. No, let's do that. Let's grab Unknown, Battle Compressor, and Puzzle Time. Alright. We will retreat into the Combi, and we'll just pass. Our opponent will go up to 4 prize cards. But what we can do next turn is we can draw to the Unknown Feral Letter, Battle Compressor, discard cards out of our deck, and then we can Hex Maniac, shutting down the Aromatisse next turn, which might be interesting. I'm not sure if that's the correct play, but that's what we're going to do. And see what happens. There's a Mewtwo Spirit Link coming down with the Trainer Smell. Now, my opponent still hasn't played a supporter card. No supporter card has come out yet, but anything can happen. Ooh, alright. But when we knock out the Xerneas, what needs to happen? Well, if he puts the energy to the active to try to knock us out, yeah, so we're going to see a Fairy Transfer, and he's going to knock us out this turn, maybe? And if he does that, we can take all the energies off the field, which is great for us. So yeah, there we go. So the Aromatisse is going to move the energy up, and he's going to take a knockout this turn, but when that happens, he's going to be out of energies, because we're going to retaliate with a knockout. I'm not sure who I'm going to go for yet. Probably a Vespiquen. Maybe. So that way we can save a Pumpkaboo to hit the Mewtwo wise. So that might be our best bet next turn. We're just waiting to see what happens. Alright, so let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, we actually don't take a knockout with the Joltik. Oh wait, we have a Battle Compressor coming to our hand. So okay, we'll send it the Vespiquen. We will Unknown Pharaoh Letter to draw a card, and that'll be the Battle Compressor. Alright, and how many Pokemon in discard pile? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So yeah, if we discard 3 Pokemon with this Battle Compressor, we can take a knockout this turn. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. Alright, so we discarded those 3. We will Ultra Ball, discard Lampent and the Vespiquen. Is there another Unknown in our deck? If there is, we can use it, but we don't have another Unknown. We'll grab a Vespiquen. I think that might be our best play. Let's see. I hope we have another Pokemon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 13, 14 with Vespiquen. Alright, I think I did too much. I forgot about Vespiquen's base of 20. Yeah, we'll put down the Combi, Hex Maniac, and we will be revenge for the knockout. There we go. Taking the first prize card, doing 150 damage. I did the math wrong earlier with Vespiquen. Alright, so go down to 5. Getting an Ultra Ball, but we have no more Shaymans in the deck. We need AZ. They will see a Shaymin come up. Now, if he does attach the energy to the Shaymin, it becomes weird because he can't use Aromatisse this turn. There's a Spirit Link going on Mewtwo. Yeah, I'm kind of curious why he sent the Shaymin. Unless he has a DCE and he wants a Sky Return to shade that Shaymin for being knocked out. That might be my best bet of why he did that. Man, we just haven't played a single Sycamore yet either. We played 2 VS Seekers, but no Sycamore. A DC to the active, so yeah, we'll see Sky Return for 30. And who will we send up? Maybe the Xerneas. I doubt he'll send the Aromatisse. Yeah, you want to save your Aromatisse. So into our turn. Heyo, Sycamore, there you are. Alright, so put down the Vespiquen. We will Sycamore, discard our hand, draw 70 cards. And let's see, there's a DCE, Muscle Band, Time Puzzle. I'll put a Muscle Band on this guy. We will just, yeah, let's just be revenge for the knockout. Alrighty, so do another 150, go down to 4 prize cards. And what do we get? A Battle Compressor will be nice. Oh, Lampent, that's not what we needed. Because if we get a Battle Compressor, we can discard the Judge out of the deck. But here comes Mr. Mewtwo himself. Alrighty. Alright, but if he attacks with Mewtwo, we have Pumpkaboo to retaliate right now. There's a DC going on to the active, Mega Mewtwo Y coming down. And does he have a Lysander? If he doesn't have a Lysander, he's going to be in trouble because we can knock him out with this Pumpkaboo. Alright, so we see a Spritzee going to his hand. Spritzee coming down. Does he have the Lysander or not? That's the big question. And if he does, we might still be okay. There's a Lysander. Going to bring up that Pumpkaboo. Going to take a knockout. So things are about to get interesting for sure. There's a Shaymin, going to draw up to 4. Now, if we draw into a Lysander, we could bring up the Shaymin, going down to 2 prize cards, and the next turn take the last 2 prize cards with the other Vespiquen. So things might get interesting here. We'll see in a second what happens. What will we do? Will we take a knockout this turn? This is like Infinity. Knocking out our Pumpkaboo. I think we have plenty in the deck. Can we draw into another Pumpkaboo or not? That's the big question. Go Vespiquen. Come on, Pumpkaboo. Come on down, buddy. I need you right now. And okay, yes, there we go. So Pumpkaboo, DCE, and we'll just retreat, and we will just Night March for the knockout, going down to 2 prize cards. There we go, Pumpkaboo coming out to play. That was a lucky top deck, doing 360 damage once again. Man, all right, so we'll go down to 2 prize cards. We get a Battle Compressor and a VS Seeker. Alright, and who will he send up? If he doesn't send this Mewtwo, we have a Battle Compressor, we get the Vespiquen, discard the Lysander, Vespiquen for the Mewtwo, take out the game, and or the Shaman. We see another Roboteezy coming down. And things are looking great for us unless he judges or red cards. I don't think he plays red card. He could play judge. Yeah, that's only 2 outs. There's a Professor Letter. Gotta get 2 Fairy Energies out of the deck. The question is Lysander in the deck or not? I haven't seen one yet. We'll have to wait and see what happens. There we see Mega Mewtwo Y Spirit Link coming down. Fairy Energy, and will we see a Geomancy? Yep, just a Geomancy. Can we discard a Lysander with this Battle Compressor? And if we do, we could bring up that Mewtwo. Taking a knockout and winning the first round of the PTCGO trading card tournament series. So there we go. Let's see, is it in the deck or not? There's a Muscle Band. Well, Battle Compressor is Lysander in the deck or not? There's a Zerosic, and there is Lysander. We'll discard Pumpkaboo, and yeah, we'll discard those 2. We will Vespiquen. Come on down, Mr. Lysander. We're gonna bring up that Mewtwo, and we're gonna do 400 damage or 420. Not sure. We'll find out in a second. Bring up that Mewtwo, Muscle Band this guy, and we will take a knockout. Good game, buddy. Did it say it? It didn't say good game for some reason. Not sure why it's not typing, but good game, buddy. Good game to Carl for sure. And yep, this is the first round of 440. 440. There we go. All right, there's the teammates and a second one. There we go. Victor screen. Once again, I'll leave a link down below to the PTCGO tournament series. If you want to learn more about it, make sure you check it out. Like I said, you do have to pay for the entries, but once again, if you get first, you get 12 packs, second gets 8 packs, and third gets 4 PTCGO packs. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. You can kind of see why, like, we can see, you know why Night March is strong. But once again, me and James Horvath are playing the same exact list, and what can happen is next round we play against somebody else, and then the following round we'll play against James. Can we play a Night March mirror match and see who is better? That's the whole thing. That's with this PTCGO tournaments. I think me and James are going to play the same exact list, and we're going to see who is better, me or James. We'll find out here in a second. We have a next round, and if we win that, we play against James, and we'll see what happens. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Hope you have a great day. Shout out to Carl for playing and letting me record round 1 of the PTCGO tournament series. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty.